Good morning. Good morning. Please be seated. We are happy to have you with us. The ceremony will begin in a couple of minutes. We have two requests. First, when it's time, please stand for the processional, the national anthem, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the recessional. Our second request is that except for the times when I've asked you to stand, please remain seated throughout the ceremony. Graduates must remain until all degrees have been granted and the recessional is over. If you leave after your graduate has received a degree, it may interfere with others in the audience who are here to see their graduates. During the conferral of degrees, a professional photographer will photograph each graduate walking across the stage. You will receive proofs of the pictures, but there is no obligation to buy them. And finally, we ask everyone, please, to silence their cell phones. Thank you. And again, we are glad to have you with us.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Richard McCullough. I'm the president of Florida State University, and I welcome you to the spring commencement exercises. Please remain standing for the presentation of colors, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the singing of the national anthem.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Color Guard, you are dismissed. Thank you. The audience may now be seated. I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to the Air Force and Army ROTC for their contributions to the ceremony today. Carrying the U.S. flag, carrying the U.S. flag is Zane Whitwell. Carrying the state of Florida flag is Zach Capps. Rifle bearers Wendy Castro and Kennedy Perry. I would like to thank Rosa Scarlett Reese for leading the national anthem. Scarlett is currently pursuing a Master of Music degree in voice performance from the College of Music. Thank you again, Scarlett. I also want to thank Heather Finley for leading the pledge. Heather is receiving her Bachelor of Science in Hospitality and Tourism Management. She enlisted in the Army Reserves when she was 17 years old and completed an advanced individual training to enter the communication field. She was promoted to sergeant at 20 years of age, and last year she was elected to compete at Fort Knox in the Best Warrior competition, where she was the only female competitor. After graduation, Heather will go on to the Drill Sergeant Academy and become a drill sergeant. Then she will start her career in the hospitality industry. Thank you for your service, Heather. We are assembled this morning to pay tribute to our graduates who have worked so hard to earn their degrees and who embark on today on a new journey. On behalf of the university and this assembly, I congratulate you and wish you the most success. But first, let's take some time to reflect on your remarkable achievements. If you are graduating today with either honors in your major, or if you're graduating cum laude, magna cum laude, summa cum laude, or with a perfect 4.0 GPA, would you please stand so we can applaud your accomplishment? Florida State University distinguishes our graduating veterans, active duty personnel, and graduates of our ROTC programs with special red, white, and blue honor cords in recognition of their service to our country. If you are among that elite group, would you please stand so that we can thank you for your service to our nation? Thank you. You may be seated. Congratulations to you all. Now it's my great pleasure to introduce our student body president, Ms. Natasha Janvier. Affectionately known as Tazzy, she is here to offer a word of welcome. Tazzy.
Good morning, everyone. How lucky are we? We were chosen out of everyone in this world to know what it means to be graduates of this esteemed university. You and I, graduates, both know that is not a small feat. But I'm going to begin by giving you your flowers. Some cannot fathom what it takes to get to this point. However, you, my fellow graduates, stayed the course and made today happen. I cherish this sacred moment because tomorrow is not promised. But today I want us to soak up this moment. Right here, right now. This gift was granted to us, so round of applause. What's unique about this is that we all have our own individual stories of what it took to get here. This is our testimony to the world. We share it for a reason. Our degrees are symbolic of more than just a degree. It represents the fight and tenacity that we had to get through this long journey. My reasoning for delivering this message to you and anybody watching is for 3 main points. 1, continue dreaming beyond your current circumstances. Those late nights where it merely seemed impossible to pass that exam, and you know what I'm talking about, we still did it. We did it as being a student, a leader, a friend, a wife, mother, father, human, leader in the classroom, artist, change maker, and somehow, some way, we built up the courage to step up another day. We are believers. We must muster up that same courage to keep jogging and finish the course. If we couldn't jog, then we walked. And if we couldn't walk, then we crawled. And if we couldn't crawl, the family and the supporters around us carried us on their backs to get us here today. So round of applause for them as well. You see, oftentimes when we reach big heights like this, we don't acknowledge the adversity that it took to get here. But today, I acknowledge all the adversities and the hardships that we persevered through. Again, dreaming beyond your current circumstances takes a lot of courage. And for those pieces of our stories that some will never know, it built our character and it deconstructed social norms in our society that said that we could not do it. Take my life as an example. As an immigrant and first-generation college student who lost her mom at the age of 1 and grew up in poverty, that did not define my future and where I was going to be. Again, we all have our own individual stories, but I knew my circumstances and my ACT scores did not define me. For that reason, I thank Florida State for our opportunity for investing in me and the Center for Academic Retention and Enhancement for not only allowing me to achieve my bachelor's, but today I am achieving my master's. This story is just the courage that is embedded in the halls of our great institution. We defy the odds that are stacked against us. And like a lot of us, I, in this space, am a living, breathing testimony that grit and perseverance is what every Seminole has in their heart. Number 2, always remember our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. It is that we are powerful beyond our measures. Do not shrink yourself for anyone in this world and be all of the light that you are. And number 3, remember to love and love hard. Life is short, sometimes a little too short. And because of that, I know that although my mother is not here with me today, she is watching me from above the heavens. Many of us have loved ones who could not be here in person or are not in this physical space. I uplift those people in this space, and I do not forget those love that they always cherish upon us. Remember to love yourself, love your village, and love your Seminole family. And for that, I know the love that we have in our hearts. I say on the count of 3, we all know how this goes. It goes, go Noles. So 1, 2, 3, go Noles.
Thank you, Tazzy. And congratulations, Tazzy just won a full ride to law school. She won the Marshall Motley Scholarship. From the NAACP. It's now my great pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker. Angela Riley Santone earned her bachelor's degree in sociology from FSU and has since embarked upon a career defined by the success she's achieved through hard work and giving back. She spent more than 17 years at Turner Broadcasting, working her way up from a position of a human resources advisor to ultimately become the company's global chief human resources officer. Today, she serves as a senior executive for the human resources at AT&T, where she oversees the company's global human resources strategy. Santone holds a master's degree in counseling from Troy University and is passionate about her mentoring of young people, defeating the stigma surrounding mental health, fostering diversity, equity, inclusion, to strengthen individuals, workplaces, and communities. She serves on national boards for the Boys and Girls Clubs of America and the JED Foundation, which is focused on suicide prevention on college campuses and in high schools. She's the winner of numerous industry awards and professional accolades. In 2020, she was honored as one of the College of Social Sciences and Public Policy's distinguished alumni in 2020. She's an active member of FSU's Student Affairs Development Council and never hesitates to give her time and wisdom to the next generation of FSU graduates. So we are really thrilled and honored to have with us today Angela Riley Santone. Please join me in welcoming her.
Good morning, and thank you, President McCullough, distinguished faculty, staff, and fellow alumni. It is an honor to be with you today. You know, a lot has changed since my time here at FSU, which was in the early 90s, and I have to tell you, I am so proud of the fact that women's soccer and women's softball are now the premier athletic programs. Go Lady Noles! A draft beer at Ken's is no longer $1. It is now $4, which I learned last night when I was there. And a shout out to Olivia, which I met there, and her family, especially her grandparents. Today, a 4.2 GPA and a 1250 SAT score are minimum requirements to be admitted. And I'm not going to go into the gory details, but what I can tell you is when I applied, I didn't have that. So you should be very proud of yourselves. A 4.0 was the highest you could achieve. A 4.2 wasn't even a thing. And not to mention, one other thing that's different is there is no such thing as online learning. In order to attend class, you actually had to go to class. And in today's world, that's very different. So a lot has changed since my days here at FSU, but one thing that hasn't changed is the range of emotions graduates experience on their graduation day. At this moment, you may be feeling sadness about the end of college, as well as excitement and maybe a little anxiety about your future. Without a doubt, you have the right to be very proud of yourself. This is a major accomplishment in life, while also realizing that it's a critical component that's coming to an end on your life journey. You have developed some of your closest friendships, connected with professors that were invested in your success, and you learned about yourself more than you ever thought was possible, especially after living through a global pandemic, which has been incredibly challenging. You are now well prepared to enter the world in the fields of your chosen profession. Some of you will continue your education, while others will start working in your chosen field. Let me emphasize to you that this is your life journey. Not everyone will understand it, but that's okay. It is yours to own. When I thought about what I wanted to share with you today, I must admit that I had a really long list. But in the spirit of being concise, I have narrowed it down to 4 key learnings from my life journey. First and foremost, never underestimate what you can do in your life. I grew up in a small rural community in the panhandle of Florida. I attended a Title I school and was blessed to grow up with a family and a community that were incredibly loving and supportive. But if I'm being honest, none of us could have imagined the places I would go. Hard work, discipline, luck, and an ability to be comfortable in my skin, which hasn't always been easy, if I'm being honest, enabled me to become the head of HR at a Fortune 9 company in 2019. I want to share with you, your past doesn't define your future. Your past prepares you for your future. Thank you. Second, I want to warn all of you, adulting is hard. Am I right? Yeah. Each day will bring a new learning opportunity, especially when you enter the workforce. You will have bosses and colleagues that you don't see eye to eye with. And you may even think that you're smarter than them. And by the way, you may be. The key is learning from the experience. Also, figure out what brings you joy. If you don't already know what that is, find it and use it as a way to cope when you are dealing with difficult days, the weeks or the months, because I can assure you, they will come. The easy thing to do is quit, but that isn't always an option when you're an adult. So figure out how to cope and live the life that you want to live. As I said earlier, this is your journey. Own it. Third, find your people. Maintain the relationships with the folks that you have met in college and leverage your organization's alumni programs. Personally, my transition to corporate America from nonprofit happened because of my joining the Chi Omega alumni group in Atlanta. Some Chios in the house? Good thing. That affiliation changed my career and ultimately my life. Seek out mentors. Create your personal board. Invest time in your family as well as in your friendships if they bring you joy. Let go of the relationships that don't. Life is too short to invest time, effort, and energy in people that don't return the favor. Don't ever underestimate the power of connection. As humans, we need it. and in more ways than technology can ever provide. Finally, never stop learning. I have found that intellectual curiosity is critical to success. Always push yourself to read or listen to books that are outside of your typical interest. Listen to podcasts that broaden your aperture. Get outside of your echo chamber. Meet people that have different life experiences and different political opinions. Listen to understand without trying to change their perspective. Our world is incredibly polarized. Find the middle. Be respectful. And I'll say it again, listen to understand. If I'm being honest, I know that you're not going to remember me or what I've shared today. I don't remember anything from my graduation ceremony in 1993 except the guys that walked in shorts and flip-flops from the night of celebrating on Tennessee Street, I suppose, and then proceeded to sleep through the entire graduation. But I digress. If you don't remember anything else, remember this: it will be okay. I was talking to my niece recently, and she'll be graduating from college next spring, and I asked her, Amelia, what would you want to hear at your graduation? And she simply said, I want to hear that it will be okay. So I'm here to tell you that it will be okay. You will be okay. You will make mistakes, and the key is learning from them. You will have days that you feel like you can't go on, but I am here to tell you that you can and you must. You will have days that you're feeling like you are killing it, and you know what? That's because you are. Your journey will be made of experiences and many emotions and many ups and downs, and you will be okay. In closing, I'll recap. Don't underestimate what you can do. Find your joy and your people, and never stop learning. Remember, this is your life journey. Not everyone will understand it, but that's okay. It is yours to own. And you know what? You're going to be okay. Go Noles.
Thank you, Angela. That was wonderful.
Before we begin with the conferral of academic degrees, please remember that anyone who must leave early is asked to do so quickly and quietly so that others are able to see their graduates walk without interruption. I also want to remind our graduates to bring your yellow name cards to the stage when you come forward. You will note that we have provided hand sanitizer as you approach the stage. We encourage you to use this, but please be certain to protect the cards from moisture so that your name remains legible.
And now for the main event, the conferral of academic degrees. For the conferral of doctorate degrees, I recognize our Dean, the graduate of the Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Mark Riley.
Will the candidates for doctoral degrees please rise? Mr. President, I have the honor on behalf of the graduate faculty of Florida State University to present the candidates for the doctoral degree.
You ready? By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Florida Board of Governors and the Florida State Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon each of you the appropriate doctoral degree for which you have qualified. We extend our heartiest congratulations. Now that the doctoral degrees have been conferred, will the recipients please come forward to be recognized?
Will Dean Tim Chapin of the College of Social Sciences and Public Policy please come forward? Yun An, Doctor of Philosophy in Geography. Parvathy Benoy, Doctor of Philosophy in Geography. Ezra Gabriel Goldstein, Doctor of Philosophy in Economics. Morgan Brady Holland, Doctor of Philosophy in Economics. Annalise Lynn Malett, Doctor of Philosophy in Economics. Philip Solomine, Doctor of Philosophy in Economics.
For the conferral of master's degrees, I again recognize Dean Mark Riley from the Graduate School.
Will the candidates for master's and specialist degrees please rise? Mr. President, I have the honor, on behalf of the graduate faculty of Florida State University, to present the candidates for the master's and specialist degrees.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Florida Board of Governors and the Florida State University Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the appropriate degree for which you have qualified, whether master's or specialist. Congratulations. Now that the master's and specialist degrees have been conferred, will the recipients please come forward to be recognized?
You may be seated. Will Dean Susan Fiorito of the Jim Moran College of Entrepreneurship please come forward? And Don Farr from College of Hospitality. Natalie Elise Anon. Amanda Elise Banning. Marcella Del Vecchio. Caitlin Cawley Doyle. Gabrielle Ann Maury. Daisha Venice Renee McCord. Chelsea Newmans. Tova Maureen Lee Palomino. Lillian Renee Paulson. Brittany Dale Rallman. Charnice Ebony Williams. Will Dean Randy Hanna of the College of Applied Studies please come forward? Reagan Romig. Will Dean Tim Chapin of the College of Social Sciences and Public Policy please come forward? Angelica Afan Ador. Karina Bella Almabert. Danielle Arnwine. Kimberly Bain. Sarah Elizabeth Barber. Can Boskert. Alexis Nicole Bradbury. Jean-Baptiste Bryce Sr., Willie James Britton III, Anna Marie Capeños, Daniela Gonzalez Capobianco, Marcos Carrillo, Gavin Clark, Tatum Aaron Cooper, Marianne Grantham Darkangelis, Alexia Taylor Denton, Christian Jose Diaz, Jake Anthony Ekberg, Inkichi Ametichi, Michael Farinella, Tristan Alexander Feynman, Yasmina Fuad Chufik Fuad, Dean Kevin Franklin, Nicole Darcy Galasso, Gabriela Patricia Garcia, Layali Garcia, Veronica Marie Gayoso, Stephanie Giselle Gonzalez Herrera, Marisa Mia Green, Caitlin Elizabeth Hannikin, Dominique Rebecca Hoffman, Tiana D. Jackson, Amelia Isla Johnson, Andrew Jurwitz, Skylar Christian Keenan, Austin Jacob Lassie, Zachary Taylor Law, Kimberly Likens, Sarah A. Lott, Tia Simone Maxwell, Isanti Jarice McCrae, Jacob Graham Melbourne, Hannah Eris Mendillo, Christopher Vincent Banjo Miller, Melissa Frost, Madison Elise Mills, Imani Mael Monroe, Kevin Newman Jr., Ashley Northrop, Scott Matthew Payne Jr., Omar Pirzada, Andrew James Pisano, Holden Ronald Placide, Alexander Priest, Sean Sheharyar Raha, Mazi Rhodes, Tennille Elizabeth Robinette, Alana Gray Ruby Mooney, Hannah Dawn Sane, Lauren Schlitt, Oluwakimi Shekoni, Melissa Marlena Sinclair, Tristan Alexander Stowe, Dewata Chantel Thomas, Taylor Warnke, Kimberly Hope Watts, Gabrielle Andreas Maria Weidenhover, Alexis Jillian Willis, Shannon Alexa Wilson, Natasia Tazi Janvier,
I now recognize Dean Joe O'Shea for the conferral of the bachelor's degrees.
All right. Will the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, or Bachelor of Science please rise? Mr. President, I have the honor on behalf of the faculty of Florida State University to present these candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, or Bachelor of Science.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Florida Board of Governors, and the Florida State Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the appropriate degree for which you have qualified, whether Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, or Bachelor of Science. Congratulations, you did it. You may now change your tassels from the right to the left and be seated. You may be seated. Now that the bachelor's degrees have been conferred, will the candidates please come forward so we may recognize you and congratulate you individually.
Yeah. Will Dean Don Farr of the Dedman College of Hospitality please come forward? Juliana Yasmin Abels, Brittany Lynn Adams, Kimberly Ann Amaker, Faith Ann Amerson, Caitlin Margaret Apple, Adriana Elizabeth Arias, Alexis Dario Baez Zapata, Elena Suzanne Bellew, Abigail Jordan Bedard, Emily Ann Bell, Nicole Marie Betts, Claire Elizabeth Bonder, Anna Rose Bogus, Jenna Christine Bold, Danielle Patricia Brooks, Jackson Charles Cabana, Sophia Marie Camerata, Anna Elizabeth Canavino, Allison Lee Carr McGowan, Mariah Ann Carruthers, Mara Casano, Emily Cassidy, Carolina Patricia Castillo, Caroline Carter Clements, Isabella Conti Albanese, Chancellor C. Cooper, Ashley N. Copeland, Riley L. Cruzada, Brianna Claire Davey, Juliana G. Deaton, Carly Alice DeMaio, Luke Andrew Druckman, Benjamin F. Dunlap, Alexander Ishmael Elisami, Thomas Isaac Ferguson, Heather Hope Finley, Sophia Fiore, Madeline Ann Flexman, Chloe Denise Fontes, Logan Joseph Fiore, Savannah Fowler, Armando Gabriel Garcia, Paris Alexandria Gasser, Marielle Ann Gay, Michael James Gazia, Courtney Cairns George, Hannah Elizabeth Gillespie, Brendan Arturo Gonzalez, Caroline Elizabeth Good, Olivia Landers Gorman, Peyton Jean Halliday, Ashley Elizabeth Hoffman, Matthew Sean Horowitz, Ross Husband, Lauren Elizabeth Ayani, Reagan Christine Jeffrey, Mackenzie Johnson, Andrew M. Jerkowski, Ryan Andrew Casper, Chloe Keener, Sophia Elizabeth Kloppel, Katie Lane LaPointe, Jillian Page Lasapina, Jonathan Blake Linder, Riley Ava Lancao, Sam Evan Loria, Amanda Nicole Manning, Christina Maria, Mackenzie Lee Marion, Emma Kate Marsden, Sydney Ava Maslin, Haley D. Mason, Gage Elias McAfee, Kelly R. McAllister, Marin Ann McGlohan, Alicia Bellin McInnes, Aslyn Susanna McKernan, Rachel Lily Miaskowski, Kaylee Lillian Moore, Andrew Dominic Monaco, Savannah Rose Moore, Oscar Salvador Morales, Isabel Abby Morby, Renata Isabel Navarro, Anne Catherine Nelson, Delaney Kate Nipper, Shagara Betty Mae Nixon, Juliana Nicole Novelli, Rebecca Ann Oppie, Cameron R. Orsi, Laura Elena Ortega, Mackay Kenneth Pardue, Kunal Shaitan Patel, Brett Michael Paty, Daniela Cristina Perez, John Paul Perez, Amanda Lee Pointer, Santiago Posada, William Allen Pringle, Esther Quillan, Corey James Rother, Sydney Reed, Sebastian Rios, Maria Gabriela Rodriguez, Rachel Ann Sandhouse, Sarah Ashley Schultz, Keely Claire Sherman, Michaela Sishinzio, Alexandra Michelle Smith, Andrew Smith, Brandon Scott Smith, Corey Nathaniel Sokolov, Madison Hannah Spall, Clayton Denver Steinruck, Parker Joseph Thompson, Spencer Andrew Thompson, Anna Joy Turbeville, Edvin Velasquez, Renee Wang, Jack Bradley Ward, Abigail Caroline Watson, McKenna Elizabeth Weathers, Zephaniah Jamal Williams, Hannah Christine Womer, Alexandra Claire Zachary, Michaela Julianne Zybel, Emily Ann Zuccaro, Madison Grace Zulewitz, Sarah Rebecca Curtin. Will Dean Susan Fiorito of the Jim Moran College of Entrepreneurship please come forward? Kyle David Aronson, Irina Amaro Garcia, Gianna Nicole Annunziata, Bianca Carolina Aponte, Samuel Mark Balin, Bethany Claire Baratelli, Tyler Randall Barrett, Hannah Morgan Batten, Elizabeth Marianne Bechtel, Emma Bernstein, Amy Claire Bills, Chanson Montgomery Block, Barrett Thomas Bonicki, Abigail Lynn Bower, Maddie Bogan, Ryan Malcolm Boynton, Brinkley Danielle Brenneman, Josie Grace Brenniger, Bryant Conlon Brodeur, Alexis Jacoby Butler, John T. Carey, Levens Charisma, Naomi Francis Cohen, Natasha Adoria Cohen, Courtney Lynn Coldiron, Jayla Monet Collins, Amani Ray Commodore, Christian Seth Cooper, Chase A. Cruz, Emily Lenore Crosby, Jessica Faith Curley, Lauren Rachel Cusick, Alexandra Dabaj de la Espriella, Sophia Delap, Negerelis de Leon Soto, Olivia Drake, Jacqueline Edelimbos, Benjamin Logan Eiglarsh, Stephen Fandel, Amber Fernandez, Cassandra Grace Fleming, Lauren Page Ford, Alexandra Panayota Franzvog, Cameron Page Fricky, Francesca Maria Gabriel, Kathleen Daly Gardner, Kyle Daniel Gohagen, Sierra Elise Gilner, Abby C. Gleason, Alexis Elizabeth Gonzalez, Alexander Gonzalez Brito, Max Gonzalez Brito, Emily Grace Gordon, Tamaya Ayana Gordon, Johnson Bain Haygood, Grace Halter, Samuel Nathan Herman, Alejandro Hernandez, Brooke Francesca Hoffman, Andrew David Huffman, Benjamin McAllister Johnson, Kaylin Elizabeth Johnson, Allison N. Jones, Tyler Ryan Jubard, James Carmichael Kern, Sloan Ashley Kiley, Zach William Langford, Sydney Morgan Latesowitz, Kobe Maxwell Larson, Hannah Catherine Levison, Margot Marie Lewis, Madison Lloyd, Alexis Jordan Lobello, Joseph Mike Magis III, Grace Catherine Marshall, Blake Patrick Martino, Thomas Salvador Martino Jr., Catherine Suzanne McClellan, Andy Marie McCord, Patrick Joseph McCormick Jr., Jacqueline Suzanne Mageha, Carly Lynn McCrae, Catherine Adair Mederev, Mary Kate Meehan, Shannon Nicole Mellish, Deviana Mercedes Camacho, Colby Susan Milchin, Giovanna Teresa Moseri, Emily Madison Myers, Michael Daniel Oded, Madison Lane Olson, Daniel Orcutt, Angelina Juliana Padilla, Annie Bell Palladino, Morgan K. Palmer, Tyler William Palmer, Jordan Mackenzie Parker, Allison Mary Pina, Brianna Monet Poole, Rachel Lynn Porter, Carlene Ann Powers, Brady Ramos, Jared Pierce Randall, Adrian John Albert Rigadel, Alicia Monet Robinson, Alexa Rodriguez, Maria Jesus Rojas, Ali Catherine Romano, Jamie Rosenheim, Lindsay Grace Ruckman, Lesme Ruiz, Nathan Cameron Russell, Christopher Michael Salas, Gabriella Reed Sampo, Maxwell Christian Schlechter, Olivia Danielle Schneider, Matthias Serrano, Colin Tyler Shea, Gabriella Angelina Sicardi, Calvin David Seriota, Cameron Simonson, Satya Simpson, Asia Danae Singleton, George Mason Slade, Shane Raymond Smith, Isabella M. Spina, Caroline Grace Stein, Connor Wade Sutherland, Kimberly Ann Taman, Brianna Tang, Trenton Samuel Tarala, Evan Ross Tiller, Thea Ruth Tutor, Sarah Marie Vasquez, Justin Lee Vidmar, Lindsay Stiles Warren, Courtney Angel Dorian Weber, Sarah Evelyn Weigel, Tessa Jordan Whitehall, Michael Preston Wedges, Sean Michael Wilkinson, Mallory Clay Whitman, Kiana Dina Yaznanbach, Paul Zachary Zeman, Jason Spalding, Jesse David Thaler, Will Dean Randy Hanna of the College of Applied Studies please come forward? Riley Calloway. Ryan Timothy Middleton. Will Associate Dean Jeffrey Joyce of the College of Medicine please come forward? Michelle Ann Arroyo. Haley Barrios. Hannah M. Barth. Ashley Laura Barrocow. Carly Page Bogue. Eda Maria Carvajal. Crystal Nicole Casanelli. Cindy Faye Shamides. Cameron Suzanne DeWitt. Jonathan Davis Dillon. Julia Easer. Julia Michelle England. Riley Fiegel. Alexandra Marie Fernandez. Arista K. Folks. Ashley Marie Garcelle. Eimer Daniel Gonzalez. Cameron Morgan Harkey. Gabriela Herrerias. Stephanie Rose Holmes. Saida Islam. Gabrielle Jobin. Jessica Danielle Kelly. Nicole Rose Kent. Kyle Christopher Knott. Braden Coakley. Melina Christine Lapinis. Jessie Marie Larinaga. Benjamin Kyle Linkus. Oshman Muhammad Mahbub. Lizette Maldonado. Selena Ray Mendez. Eliza Kaylee Middleton. Matthew Francis Patilano Miel. Emily Christine Mishak. Angela Elflisa Moon. Brooke Mary Jean Morgan. Mackenzie Ann Morse. Brittany Lynn Nix. Deja Zalana O'Neill. Caitlin Noel Osmond. Caroline O'Terry. Alyssa Ann Pappas. Marielle Nicole Patrick. Precious Gerdine Pierre. Catherine Alina Pledger. Nicholas Ryan Poor. Maria Isabel Popiter Estevez. Sydney Cecilia Cherie Power. Jose Dolores Reyes Jr. Daniela Cristina Rios. Abigail Rodriguez. Deborah Viviana Rodriguez. Amanda Ruiz. Gavin Gregory Scott. Abigail Serda. Shelda St. Prue. Kayla Megan Sudlicki. Anthony Diane Turner Jr. Angie Vary. Nishali Marie Vescovici. Alexa Nicole Weissman. Madeline Brooks Word. Nevada Perry Wood. Blake Christopher Yaris. Will Associate Dean Andrew Sider of the College of Motion Picture Arts please come forward? Megan Lynn Baer. Cameron Banker. Andrew Bourne. Melissa Calderon. Erica Chow. Jalen Kennedy Ellis. Daniel Feldman. Landon Joseph Hogue. Breton A. Miller. Joshua Allen Myers. Connie O'Connor. Daniel Ryan. Cooper J. Shapiro. Tyler Andrew Covington. Emily Wolowski. Will Dean Tim Chapin of the College of Social Sciences and Public Policy please come forward? Hannah X. Abrams. Samantha Silvana Abrego. Zane Michael Abston, Dan Kelly Ace, Janelle Donette Adams, Chelsea C. Agim, Becca Mackenzie Akins, Mitchell Ferris Allen V, Kurtu Lai Alnick, Julia Mira Alves, India Renice Anderson, Madison Christine Anderson, Brian Manuel Endino, Zara Rachel Annette, Carolina Isabel Arnaud, William Henry Asher, Adrian Lorenzo Atiles, Melissa Avila, Alain Baez, Elijah Nicholas Bamberg, Elizabeth Deborah Barnwell, Yesenia Francesca Barreto, Jordan Scott Barrow, Dorlinka Bartholomew, Samantha Barzaga, Patience Alexis Bass, Savannah M. Bass, Gabrielle Evina Bastian, Dustin Mark Bachelor, Olivia Beams, Emery Kate Beckman, William George Bedson, Leilani Alexis Dancelina Bell, Shaniqua Bellamy, Alejandro Bello, Maria J. Bello, Doris Alexis Benjamin, Corey Lynn Benton, Alec Joseph Barubi, Megan Grace Betley, Juliana Maria Bass, Maya May Billman, Jarrett Austin Blake, Valerie Christina Blondal, Madeline Claire Bodiford, Baglarka Bonez, Madison Ann Bonfito, Ethan Joseph Bonsall, Madison Elizabeth Bookhart, Emily Abigail Bosco, Andrea Botero Gomez, Rael Boyce, Caitlin Marshall Bradley, Zachary Connor Bradshaw, Caitlin Elizabeth Brady, Victoria Brent, Holly Nicole Brazel, Cecily Grace Breen, Joshua Andrew Brinsell, Danielle Bromfield, Hunter Brooks, Samuel Benjamin Brooks, Matthew Broom, Amaya Deshay Brown, Benjamin Mitchell Brown, Blake Michael Brown, Jordan Noel Brown, Kennedy Lee Brown, Peyton Deneen Brown, Sarah Chadwick Brown, Lissa Estefania Brown Azofifa, Jennifer Jordan Breyer, Logan Thomas Buffa, Stephanie Cadet, Shirley Cajust, Julia Cambridge, Lillian Michelle Jean-Pierre Campagne, Corey David Campbell, Tiffany Lynn Campbell, Joseph Emil Capers, Ruth A. Carr, Hillary Mariela Carrasco Pineda, Caitlin Violet Carroll, Chelsea Rose Casabona, Derek Russell Cassetti, Addie Simone Castellanos, Kanisha Shellman, Krista Marie Chang, Conrad Xavier Chanel, Danielle Jolie Charbonneau, Toby Cherry, Janan Winley Chu, Liliana Chufo, Julian Matthew Cisneros, Taja Jane Marie Clark, Julia Morgan Clemens, Chriselle Judu Clairvaux, Hunter Click, Hunter Scott Clausen, Catherine Elizabeth Coffey, Casey Frederick Wilhelm Kors, Logan Charles Colangelo, Alexia Sanders, Alexander Louis Kalura, Pierce James Cone, Caitlin Marie Connor, Chloe Therese Connor, Sarah E. Cook, Margaret Victoria Capello, Sabrina Gabriela Corzo, Leah Kate Costigan, Callie Cox, Dylan Patrick Coyle, Joseph Aaron Kramer, Christina Marie Crocker, Holly Bruce Crosby, Gisela Elizabeth Cruz Rodriguez, Maria de la Cruz Vega, Katia LaShawn Cunningham, Daria Minako Curley, Kate Cohalan Curry, Carolyn Curtin, Fernando Alexander Cuza, Brianna Mindy DeSuze, Noah Max Dankner, Karina Kuma Danqua, Ethan A. Dean, Michael John DeLees Jr., Valerie Alexandra Delatonia, Kiara Natalie Delviar, Samuel Christopher Denmark, Akeem Dent Sr., Alexa DePaz, Merlene Derillion, Lindsay Jessie Destine, Ali DeTardo, Peyton Ryan DeWitt, Harsirat K. Dillon, Alanis Diaz, Carlos Daniel Diaz, Elizabeth Rudy Diaz, Patricia Elena Diaz Romero, Carly Samantha Dixon, Kyle Edward DiMatteo, Coral Jennifer Dimopoulos, John Carlisle Dion, Christian Chase Dixon, Daniel Patrick Desor, Alejandro Dominguez, Dane A. Dorsainville, Tatiana Rachel Doty, Caitlin Anne-Marie Dubois, Aiden Tyler Dunphy, Matthew Ryan Evi, Zachary Tyler Eckstein, Mitchell Brady Edwards, Michaela Lorena Edwards, Morgan Taylor Elijah, Brianna R. Ejawa, Caitlin Brittany Ellis, Danielle Israel Engel, Pablo Andres Espinal, Nadej Eugene, Chapman Patrick Evans, Felicia Marie Evans, DeFrederick D. Fagan, Andrew Thomas Fairley, Rebecca Elena Feldman, Amy Nicole Feliciano, Andres Ian Feliciano, Joshua Reese Feller, Liam Jack Fellows, Erica Summer Felson, Jordan Sophia Ferguson, Amaya Fernandez, Fabian Rafael Fernandez, Nicholas Fernandez, Raymond Fernandez, Emily Fernandez Espejo, Emilio Manuel Ferrer, Luis Ferro, Bo Thomas Felicio, Kayla Elizabeth Fisher, Tayo Maria Martha Fisher, Shayna Marie Fisher, Cameron Taylor Flanagan, Hannah France, Ariana Elizabeth Frederick, Thomas Michael Fury, Dion Devonte Curtis Gaither, Allison Joy Galgano, Andres Gampel, Alexander Jacob Garcia, Colton James Garcia, Mateo Garcia, Matthew Ryan Garcia, Phil Delvecchio Gardner II, Hunter Allen Gary, Kylie Gibson, Anna I. Gitley, Gina Sophia Givens, Donnie Gleneski, Fox William Goddard, Juan Daniel Gomez, Matthew Gomez, Victor Manuel Gomez, Jaden Marie Gonzalez, Sebastian Gonzalez, Brianna Hope Gonzalez, Paula Gonzalez, Yesenia Gonzalez, Paulina Andrea Gonzalez Chasen, Michael Lee Gooch Barnes, Megan Gray, Sophia Lane Grant, Dominic John Grassi, Nicole Lynn Gravier, Emily Sue Graham, Michael Greco, Jacob Greenwood, Sean Morgan Greenwood, Grant Thomas Gregory, Caleb Conrad Grieger, John Francis Grimaldi IV, Giovanni Grossi, Angelina Patrice Grosso, Matthew Christian Grotique, Christopher Gerson, Jose Aiden Guerra, Alex John Gunderman, Morgan Elizabeth Hale, Kyle Spencer Hall, Anaria Hampton, Tylis McHale Hancock, Sarah Lynn Hand, Claire Viola Haney, JC Ande Hanley, Andre G. Hanna, Natalie Darian Happ, Clayton Allen Harley, Marion Cahill Harper, Ethan Edward Halber, Andrew Halsdorf, William Eugene Hawkins III, Brittany Nicole Henninger, Alexandra Sarah Henry, Anaya Michelle Hernandez, Cynthia Hernandez, Max Alberto Hernandez, Maya Victoria Heron, Rami H. Hessen, George Hester, Tania Hicks, Jordan Weber Hodgen, Evelyn Hove, Laurel Sarah Howell, Joseph Adam Hubaika, Garland Tyler Hudson, Elizabeth Claire Hughes, Alicia Palmer Hurley, Liz Iaconis, Ryan Philip Indondoli, Maisha Renee Issam, Nicole Adair Jackson, Stuart Matthew Jackson, Kalisha Naya James, Tashoy Sionake James, Faith Kim Jankowski, Nicole May Januskowitz, Jasmine Jean, Sarah Jenkins, Connor Ashton Jeppesen, Riker Clement Jett, Kevin Joseph Jogerst, Leah Elaine Johnson, Madeline Johnson, Elizabeth L. Joseph, Evelyn K. Joseph, Faith Ann Justice, Nicole Monica Kalinowski, Neelam Karan-Chandani, Christopher Michael Caro, Elizabeth Kaylin Kennedy, Ashley Renee Kennel, Dean S. Kahn, Guinevere Isabella Kahn, Zachary John Mark Coury, Edwin J. Kilpatrick III, Alexandria Marie Kirsch, Abigail Marie Kershey, Kiara Simone Kitchen, Eli William Knezovich, Anna Knight, Marion Elizabeth Knowles, Amanda Nicole Knox, Jessica Susan Krajewski, Samuel Cressman, Alexandra P. Kramenhoek, Melanie Renee Kruger, Melissa Beth Kuntzman, Andres Jose Labrada, Gabriela Lehens, Jessica Nicole Leahy, Morgan Nicole Lekin, Addison Rebecca Lamoureux, Crystal Janelle Landon, William F. Lancy, Edrulfo Jose Legispada, Grayson Leal, Griffin M. Leckie, Amanda Simone Lee, David John Leadham, Ronnie Lagar, Cassidy Paige Leggy, Sarah Jean Leitch, Logan Michael LeJeffries, Euron Camilo Leon, Gabriella Isabel Leonard, Catherine Elizabeth Lessard, Mia Lewis, Devon Sarah Elhero, Victoria Jordan Lichenthal, Alessandria Maria Ligori, Ian Gabriel Linares, Christine Lindo, Zoe Kaylee Lipford, Samantha Louise Lizotte, Hannah Marie Lindy, Valerie Amber Lopez, Angie Lewis, Ashley Jenny Lewis, Daphne Lewis, Adriana Luth Cecchio, Thomas Joseph Lovegren, Enrique Alberto Luashis, Leah Christina Luna, Tiana Ariana Lynn, Jordan Ruth Lynch, John Stephen Listad, Stephen William McGackern, Michaela Teresa McLaren, Amanda N. Madalena, Mallory Ann Madden, Abigail Maynor, Joshua Allen Major, Luis Carlos Manrique Jr., Dylan James Markham, Shrivvatsan Margam S., Robert Whitfield Marks, Dalton Trent Marr, Jovan Tyrese Martin, Kelsey Martin, Caroline Navega Martins, Amanda Marie Massey, Evalie Grace Mason, Dylan Christopher Masterson, Elysia Alexandra Mata, Jason Mayman, Chloe Victoria Mays, Juliana Marie McCabe, Karina Iris McCarthy, Abigail McKenzie McCole, Max Connor McCusker, Sutton McDoulan, Lenoris Daniil McFadden, Isabella Ann McLean, Courtney and Elise McLeod, Christian Roosevelt Meadows, Brianna Meese, Tyler Anthony Magna, Yareli Mejia, Zena Francisca Menezes, Melinda Chelsea Michaud, Jessica Paige Middleton, Isabella L. Mila, Charles Joseph Mills, Natalie Masiri, Tulsa Mitrovich, Louis David Meisen, Natalie Mohendis, Matthew Robert Molinari, Michaela Christine Monaco, Frank Jacob Moneymaker, Thomas Edward Monfelli, Annabella Montserrat, Michelle Lexi Montalbano, Kaylin Louise Moore, Victoria Michelle Moore, Elizabeth Morega, Michael Andrew Morales, Douglas Texera Morera, Vanishka T.C. Mariah, Patrick Ross Mormile, Sebastian Michael Mott, Daniel Moray Torres, Casey J. Moya, Avi Montoya Bedoya, Kyle Matthew Murphy, Christopher Michael Nedro, Tanner John Nesbitt, Hannah Sue Newman, Catherine Elizabeth Newsome, Jordan W. Nicholson, Jessica Ruth Nikaj, Olivia Isabel Robertson North, Daniel Alejandro Nunez, Andrew George Ochoa, Kellen Delaney Odell, Adam Thomas Oganoski, Mary Lynn Adhiambo Okib, Cameron Davis Oliver, Aiden Alexander Aller, Anna Clara Omura, Chukwadima Christopher Akina Oredu, Vincent Orzula, Emily Nicole Ortiz, Daniel Marcus Oster, Olivia Rose Ott, Emily Giovanna Pacenti, Alexander Aguinaldo Pelaganas, Andres Patrick Parks, Jeffrey Parson, Trisha Patel, Victoria Daniela Paul, Leah Pierce, Annabelle Brigitte Peck, Tyler Peretti, Adelie Ann Perez, Adriana Perez, Tatiana Perez Allen, Daniel Gregory Perry, Catherine Raylene Peters, Cameron Kent Pfister, Emily Marie Pierce, Emma Huggins Pilcher, Katie Madeline Pine, Percival Pitter, Peter Michael Politano, Melina Poletis, Devaldrek Ponder, Josephina Pons, Thomas Jacob Porter, Gregory Alexander Priseau, Samantha Renee Preston, Zachary Robert Humphrey, Isabella Grace Puskas, Brandon David Wahada Anderson, Megan Marie Raheb, Robin Regimon, Roderick Ramirez, Danielle Marie Rawdon, Yolda Raymond, Carla Reddick, Kate Reeves, Brandon Joseph Rentz, Madison Ann Resnick, Paula Andrea Restrepo, Athena Eve Reyes, Nicholas Matthias Milano Reyna, Robbie Riggs, Aprina Damon Riley, Colin Matthew Riley, Ellie L. Rill, Kyle Lawrence Ringers, Kayla Michelle Rinney, Mateo Ignacio Rios, Joshua Lee Roberts, Nia Imani Roberts, Hannah Lauren Robinson, Matthew Thomas Rowe, Amber Dawn Rogers, Katie Eileen Rogers, Alexandra Sophia Rosario, John Rose, Daniela Valentina Rosero Chang, Samuel Jeffrey Rosser, Chloe Ray Rubenkamp, Imabella Morgan Rudd, Cassandra Patricia Ruiz Brewer, Kayla Isabel Russell, Sydney Danielle Russell, Peyton Kinley Rousseau, Ethan Philip Sable, Anna Lee Sadlow, Ryan Christopher Safried, Sohan Sahu, James Lawrence Salomon Jr., Morgan Taylor Salzider, Natalia A. Sanchez, Sabrina Sanchez, Ryan Christopher Sanfilippo, Sebastian Olivier Sanon, Ashley Marie May Santiago, Anna Karina Sands, Asha Rose Saraswait, Brooke Souse, Alicia Grace Sawyer, Tyler Christian Sawyers, Damian Blake Scaff, Jamie Schulman, Sarah Ann Rose Sheminsky, Haley Jasmine Schwab, Nicole Marie Seferlis, Emily Seguin, Sydney Paris Sipe, Lauren Elizabeth Sellers, Marcos Luis Selva, Daniel Alberto Serrano, Baron Golfin Sayathanogulu, Ashley LaShawn Ann Seymour, Paul Spencer Sharp, Jorge Luis Shaw, Jazay Shaw Young, Imari Shazer, Kendall Sheffer, Anthony Joseph Shelley, Jalen Onassis Shogren, Ronald Spata, Sarah Marie Seiler, Shelley Simmons, Anna Paula Xavier Segura, Pamela Victoria Sirota, Megan Danielle Skipper, Zachary Thomas Slay, Sophia Sleemock, Stephen Raymond Sluber, Cameron Alexandra Smith, Caroline Marie Smith, Deidre Smith, Sydney Grace Smith, Brianna Grace Suley, Chase William Springer, Alexander Peter Stanham, Brett Steele, Harrison Paris Steyer, Shella St. Eloy, Haley Mae Stevens, Ansley Crafton Stevens, Caroline Marie Stevens, Jada Marie Stewart, Rachel Nicole Strunko, Benjamin J. Stoltz, Roberto Cecilio Suarez, Elifitejo Superville, Connor F. Supple, Matthew Ray Swanson, Thor Swanson, Juliet Elizabeth Sweeney, Sarah Ann Tabbitt, William Jonathan Tabor, Sebastian Tamayo, Talia Fache Stewart, Joshua Gianni Tashoff, Ashlyn Brian Temples, Chase Edward Tennant, Carla Testa, Alicia Nia Nicole Timothy, Zachary Roger Thomas, Candace Irene Thorson, Will Samuel Thrasher, Olivia Francis Tighe, Audrey G. Timmons, Daniel Tabon, Donia Maria Toledo, Francesca Yari Toledo Martinez, Savion Cheyenne Toombs, Andres Torres, Bailey Noel Toth, Melissa Letiana Toussaint, Donna Mae Trena, Jordan Anthony Travis, Maxwell Ian Tretton, Kendra Bailey Trice, Cameo Donata Trocola, Ethan Hunter Trowbridge, Tyler Hayden Tucci, Brant Wells Tucker, Teresa Rose Turkowski, Nicholas James Tutino, Austin Tuttle, Caroline Grace Tuttle, Catherine May Upton, Christian Michael Urcio, Luke Michael Urcio, Alana Caridad Valdez Castro, Alejandro Valentin, Jack Wolf Van Damme, Matthew Warren Vaughn, Sebastian Vasquez, Heidi Elizabeth Vega, Simon Velasco, Laura Velez Palomino, Ashlyn Elizabeth Wade, Lauren Elise Waldron, Christopher Grant Walford Jr., Taylor Marie Walker, Avrienne Michelle Wallace, Morgan Taylor Waltmeyer, Ryan Arthur Welsh, Taylor Rose West, Samuel Glenn Wheelis, Haley M. Wagespek, Hannah Vigdis Hermanson Hugain, Alvin O'Neill White II, Jada Pearl Whittingham, Madison Elizabeth Wilkes, Dederian Williams, Kai Alexander Williams, Lisa Williams, Tania Ashanti Williams, Tyrus L. Williams, Johans Kevin Williams, Lily Jane Wilson, Anna Ruth Wimberly, Caleb Winstrup, Jameis Lenaid Winston, Jadad, Alexandra Lee Whitkoff, Devin Gabrielle Watchzik, Savannah Nicola Wolf, Zachary Wallerman, Janet Lee Worthman, Noah Eris Wunke, Jessica Danielle Miyako Yates, Kyler John Yost, Grayson Calder Young, India Kiana Young, Jordan Young, Hayek Yun, Sophia Josephine Zahur, Yuji Zhao, Jarquez Tyrin McClellan, Logan Anthony Fenimore, Miguel Angel Carmelo III, Alexis McCain, Julia Elise Swan, Samantha Zitka, Alexis Ray Sweeney, Paul Richter, Isabella Eve Holt, Dalton Ryan Cates, Zachary Ryan Usher, Colton Bryce Casa, Christian L. Smith Jr., Kennedy Elizabeth Ferguson, Felina Ayana Jamil, Scott Schuyler Seiling, Alan James Wright, Justin David Eckel, Abdullah Tanar Gam,
Congratulations to all of you. We are pleased to welcome you as alumni of Florida State University. As you leave Florida State, I want to remind you that you will always be a Seminole. We want you to consider our campus your home, and we encourage you to stay in touch. On this occasion, it's appropriate for us to recognize that for most of the graduates, this day would not be possible without the assistance and support of their parents, spouses, friends, and family. Graduates, please stand. Look for your family, loved ones, friends, and support group, and salute them with your applause. Thank you. Please be seated. I just wanted to leave you with a few thoughts as you leave Florida State University. I want to let you know that less than 17% of the graduates give back to Florida State University, and it's 3% of our rankings. So that's all I'm going to say. If you would like to give back to Florida State, I know that this is not the time, but even a dollar makes a difference in where we sit in the rankings, and we definitely want to beat everybody in the state of Florida, if you know what I mean. As you go out into the world, you're going to meet a lot of different people. Some are going to be supportive, some are going to be mentors, some are going to be competitors, some are just not going to be particularly nice people. And I would just give to you one piece of advice: to always be kind. Because if you're kind, you'll see that taking the high road always works out for your benefit in every situation. I also want to echo what our speaker said today. You know, when I graduated a few years ago, when you got your degree, you would get a job and everything was going to be okay. And the world has changed in some way. And sometimes it just doesn't seem like it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. You just got to stick with it. You got to remember that when you approach life, you're going to have a lot of ups and downs. I almost flunked out of community college. Then I almost flunked out of graduate school. I didn't realize you had to go to class, was part of the deal. But I got up off the canvas, I got up off the ground, and I stuck with it. I had a lot of support, and I wouldn't be here today if that weren't true. So don't expect to be incredibly successful the day you walk out of college. Just remember that you're going to get there. You just got to stick with it. Hard work. You can always beat anybody by hard work, no matter how smart or good they think they are. Talent is important, but hard work wins the day. Fortitude. Sticking to it and fighting to the end. That unconquered spirit that makes you Florida State. I want to thank you all for being here today, and I want to thank the folks that put on this ceremony. It takes a lot of work, and we really appreciate all that you do. Congratulations again to each and every one of you. We're going to end the commencement by the singing of the hymn to the Garnet and Gold and the Processional. Following the recession, we'll ask the graduates to exit near the rear of the hall. The recession will be led by the platform party. Faculty and new doctorates will follow. The words of the hymn of the Garnet and Gold are on the screens above you. Please rise.